So, welcome back to the Rescatux um, live development videos and stuff. So last day we managed to do some commits. So first of all, let me check if this is working as it's supposed to work, and then I continue. So let's hope the image appears on the live stream. Okay, so it seems it works. Okay, so let's continue. So the other day we started a new option which is an option that lets you create a new UEFI boot entry. Okay, so we have coded SDA2 in order to make things easy, so that we can develop the core about about creating this new UEFI boot entry. And now we are going to focus on the UI side of the UI side. So this was the run option for the create entry. So we have a function that let us add boot entry, and what it does is just run the -c command, which is the same one as this example. So we've got the create, focus on this disk with partition number 2 and label whatever, and the path in UEFI syntax in order to in UEFI standards path, in UEFI standard path to the UEFI file. So now as you can see here, this is hard coded. So we have hard coded SDA2 and the UEFI this is hard coded. So what I want to do now is to create a UI so that you can select first of all the partition where the file it is, where the UEFI partition, and then you can select the files, the exact UEFI file that you want to boot or whatever. So what I'm going to do is to we're going to work on that, and we will use functions here in the same file, and then later on we will move everything into the library and we will use it from there, so that maybe we can reuse some of these options into here, because I've got some ideas for new options, like this one. There's a fake Microsoft Windows Manager boot entry. So I don't know what's the exact name, but I know that when I think it's Windows boot, Microsoft Windows boot or something like that. So there are some UEFIs which are bad and which do not want to boot if they don't have the secure boot, and if they don't have exactly a boot entry which its name is Microsoft Windows Manager or whatever it is. So we can fake, so that we can select let's say an Ubuntu UEFI shim signet file and replace it and fake the Windows 1. So we should do a backup before. So this is an idea for new options. So here you will have to select an EFI, the same way that we need to select an EFI. This is why every one of these options need to be moved to the library. Okay. So first of all, we need a way to know to present the user the partitions. Okay. So this we did something like a mock-up the other day. So let's see. So this is the detect FE partitions. So given a hard disk, you can grep EFI system, and then you show the user the UEFI file. So we these EFI files might have some spaces, although I don't think so, but they might have them in their name. So it will be wise to use the arise, as the arise one on the Rescatux choose UEFI boot auto update function on Rescatux live.sh. But this option is oriented to other.py. So this is show user UEFI files, but we want to show the partitions. That's the second step. Let's focus on the first, as Ariana says. Let's focus on the first step: detect EFI partitions. Okay, and so we have a way of detecting partitions, and I think I had more or less found in Rescatux lib. I have more or less found where I could find the partitions, which were the get Windows OS partitions, or the get Linux ones, I think. So this payload tries to mount partitions in mount, and we can just system partitions, and system partitions are all the partitions. So we can check every one of them and know if they are EFI or not, so that we can reuse some code here. And yeah, okay, so I'm going to copy this function into the main program, and then we will move it back to the original place. So which are FE system partitions. So get Linux OS. No, let's get FE system partitions payload. So this is the important thing, because it's a payload. It's the one which makes things, and then we will probably use also the one that shows that this is doing something. So this is going to get the system partitions. Then we will use this variable or not. We can maybe use UEFI system partitions array. So let me see. This is, we will put it here so that it works as intended. Okay, and then we output it. Okay, so now we need to check if the partition is useful or not for us, and the result will be saved if it's useful for us into this variable. Okay, So for each one of the partitions, okay, we've got to do something. So this should not be difficult. If something, then something else, which is which is what we want to do, which is this one. So what's the something? So the first thing that I think that we've got the partitions as is. The first thing is the partition. I need to translate it into a hard disk. Okay, so this hard disk, I've done this the other day. I think it was yesterday. So I did this the other day, and I think it's here. Here it is. So this converts into hard disk. So we should be good with this. Let's reuse this because that's not. It's not. I'm not going to make a function for this, but we might do it in the future. So what is the partition? The partition is this one. Okay, so have a hard disk. Okay, and then we need to focus on the on this. So this should do it. So this is the if thing. Okay, let me see this. 1 second. Yeah, this one. Well, actually, I don't know why. Yeah, because I don't want the output to ruin everything. Okay, let do this without doing too much here. So this is the hard disk, which I'm going to replace here. So hard disk, then here I want, and this is going to be tricky, and here I want something that needs to be, okay, our variable. So our variable needs to be under what's the name, under full quotes, okay, and this was the partition, so it's and partition. Okay, and then we've got the UEFI system, which is hard-coded here, but yeah, although we could, yeah, we could maybe hard-code it somewhere else, but I'm not sure. So this could be if a system like this, and so this will be it will be like this. Okay, so this is fdisk detector, which I think we will move it to the this needs to be moved into the library. So, but we will just put it here. So this was FE system. Let me check in the original notes. this FE system like this, exactly like this. So here it is, FE system. So this is too long, so we are going to help a bit so that we can read it better. And yes, we also want this to go to def null so that it doesn't do too much stuff to the. So I'm running fdisk everything, so if it works okay, then it goes into the FE system partitions, and then I return the FE system partition somehow. Okay, so it should return these partitions. So once we've got these partitions, we need to use them somewhere else. But let's return to the Rescatux lib. So let's see how we do with the other ones. So here we've got the get Linux OS partitions. So let's do like this so that we can have some text while doing so. So we come back to the run file, we create another function which we are going to replace somehow. So this is the same one but without the payload, so it should be like this and like this, and the other one has a problem. So if you go to the Rescatux lib, which is here, no, that's okay. So where's the problem? Okay, I thought there was a problem about these names, but they are okay. So get Linux OS partition thing. So this is get FE system. Okay, get FE system partition runnings. So this is getting FE system partitions. Okay, so we run show progress with this string, not the old one, and we run the payload, but the right payload, which is the new one for UEFI. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, this should do it, but I'm not very sure about this. Yeah, this should do it. So now let's go back to the Rescatux lib. We need something else. So where do I use this? So where do I use this so that I can replicate it? Okay, so this is the choose Linux partition. Okay, let the user choose his main new Linux partition. So this is what I want to use. Okay, we will reuse it into the run, and then we will put it back into the main library when we are confident enough. So let the choose his main UEFI system partition. It will push the choose partition. So this is choose UEFI system partition. Okay, so this runs going to modify the closing of the function if it was something here. Then instead of get Linux OS partition, we're going to get UEFI partitions with the running str so that it shows something. So yeah, that should do it. So this should output a partition. So this should work here. Okay. So we are going to first to do this, and then we will see, because I think that I'm going to do everything in one function or something like this. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I'm going to put this into, yeah, we will see later how do we implement, but we are going to do just here, just this partition. So now I have the Rescatux choose FE system partition, which has everything here. So where are you, my friend? Yeah, here. Now I can run this like this, and it should work. So first of all, we are going to update to live CD, and then we are going to test this. So as this is a lot, this is just so I don't need to restart Rescap, but I'm going to Rescap it just in case. So it was the create UEFI boot entry. I click on run. So have you seen get FE system partitions? No, it's going through everything, and this is bogus thing. I mean, have you seen anything worse than this? FE system SDA2 loop 0. Oh. So this was supposed to this was supposed to work more or less, but this is not working at all. But we have the SDA2 one. So this is working not good. So we come back to the live CD. I copy the log and I edit it as bash, so that I can have some colors. Okay. So let me check 1 second this thing about. So now I'm going to check a bit about all of this stuff. So here we've got the hard disk, which is not okay. So let's see if we can find something interesting somewhere. So first of all, here we see the final comment somewhere. If there should be, here it is. We see that the hard disk is twice. So somehow the hard disk, which came from the hard disk comes from here. This is the UEFI partition, which is with def SDA2. So somehow, which I didn't think it was like that, somehow the other function outputs an SDA2 I'm not sure this is supposed to work like this. Let's do the Linux thing. So If I want to change a password, where is the change password? Change new Linux password. It's going to show me a partition. You see, as the A5. You don't get to see you don't get to see the one about password was changed. Okay, you don't get to see the dev dash thing. So maybe yes, maybe later it okay. Let take a look at the functions, because I'm not sure about this. So the abstract choose partition. Okay, let me see what the hell does this. I'm missing something. So this is the sanity thing. So so 1 second. So I'm back. So this sanity, it shows you the Linux partition. So it should work okay. So this has the Linux partitions. Wait a moment, please. Yeah, they show the Linux partitions. Abstract choose partition with the partitions in here. So yeah, actually this is not showing. This is not dealing with partitions. It just show them. So yeah, why this is not working? So let's go back to the. I'm not sure where to go back, but let's try. So these are the target partitions, which are the ones the getting system partitions. Okay, so we get this partition without the dash def thing, and then it's going to check all these hard disks. For each one of these hard disks is going to check if it's suitable or not, and then it outputs, it saved the SDA to 1. Okay, so this is good. This is working as expected. So let's see the flop. So finally, somehow it detects that the UEFI system partitions are the SDA2 and loop 0. Why? I'm not sure, because there's no. Wait a moment. Why this is not right? So why loop 0 should not be there? Okay, let me check this again. So sorry, this is not the one I wanted to show. This is the one. So get FE system payloads is get FE system payload and all of these things. Okay, so what this is doing is FE system partitions. Yeah, so it's getting the system partitions into target partitions, and then it loops on them. Okay, so now this is checking. This is checking the hard disk. Okay. Okay, let me check this side to side with the output so that I can get a better idea of what is going on here. Okay, so this is doing FTSLU. Okay, so this should evaluate the third, not the first one, but the third grep, in order to know if this is working or not, because the F disk is working. So we have already done this in, although it was with the first one, we've already done this with the run, with the FSCK one. So FSCK, so the FSCK, this is the pipe status, this is the 0, 1. And I think we want the second one. So the first one is 0. So let's see. So the idea is that I run fdisk. Okay. So if pipe status equals 0, then 1 second. What's the pipe status 0? What's the right? 1 second. Okay, so I close after the bracket, or I close up. Yeah, well, I close here. So if this is 0, then it's okay. So this is 0. No, this is 0. Okay, 1 and 2. So I think I need to put 2 here. If pipe status is 2 is okay, then you add it to the variable, else you don't add it. And what I see here, well, I see the spaces, but I think it's okay having more spaces here. So let's try this. Let's see if it makes any difference. So I'm going to update the live CD once again, and I run this again. So now I'm changing a user password. Oh my god. And this is working okay because I'm very good at not doing this. Okay, so create UEFI boot entry. This is the one we want to run. Let's run. Let's wait for the flickering. So once again we've got these partitions. We've got this one, this one, this one. This is not okay. This is not okay. This should work better. So let's go back to the live CD. Let's recopy and edit the UEFI create and apply colors here. Let's see if I can understand why this is not working as expected. So I'm going to put the code next to the, here it is, next to here. Where are you? So cannot mount. Well, this is where things are not okay, because you've got these numbers and everything. And yeah, so let's see if I can. Maybe the problem is later, but I don't think so. I think the problem is in the detection 1, which didn't have problems before, and now it has. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the start. Okay. So here, get UEFI system partitions. Okay. Get UEFI system partitions payload. Okay. So now it first goes into getting system partitions. Okay. So it gets system partitions, which are all of these ones. Okay. And then there's a problem somewhere. So it's one of the partitions. It goes through here. So it goes here. It does an echo. And this is the problem, if I'm not mistaken. This is the problem. So this is outputting things, and we don't want output here. So this should not output to the standard output. So we do it like this. Let check if this is if it's going to make a difference. So let's update. Okay. And let's run again and see if there's a difference. I think there's going to be a difference. Okay, well, it works as bad as always. So let's go back. So let's copy and edit and sixth and color it. So, and let's check here the code. So there's something else which I'm missing, which is going to be, yeah, this is going to be the output of fdisk. Yeah, this should not show anywhere. And this is going to go to the UEFI place too. Yeah, this should do it. I think, I hope this should do it. I mean, why do I want to show the output? I don't want to show the output. So let's update this, and we come back here. So we run this. Hope this. Okay. So now let's see this again. So now we have two partitions, and the one we want to use is the SDA2. Okay. So we select this one, but even then this is not okay, because loop 0 is here, and why the hell is loop here? That's not, I don't understand. So let's check once again the log, and see why this is working so bad. So I might just reuse the old thing, so that I don't have to use the pipe one. So yeah, let's go back to the beginning. So where is the loop 0 one? So this FE system, SDA2, SDA5, this is loop 0. So why the hell? So cannot open the loop. 1 equals 0. No, it does not. But but yeah, this is not working. So we need to use the normal way of working. Let me check this again. So I think we can just use, we can forget about the pipe status, which is not needed, and just do the fdisk thing. So this is the condition, so that it can evaluate everything in one go. So let's try like this, because else when it doesn't do the second and the third, then the pipe 2 is 0. So yeah, something like this. So let's try again. So once again, this loop 0, which is making this should not work like this. Okay, there's something that I am missing here. So but what is it missing? Okay, let's suppose that I have not updated, and we will test it once again. Sometimes it happens that forget. Okay, does not work. Okay, so let's go back to the code. So where are you? So going to edit this again to the place where loop 0 is. So here is loop 0. So cannot open dev loop, and somehow it likes it, and this is not good. This should be work. This should be work okay. Well, if you want. So this should be very easy to know what's the problem here. So if everything goes okay, then you add it. But if it does not go well, do not add it. And this is the problem, because somehow the fact that partition is not found, it makes somehow it makes let me check. Yeah, because this is grabbing dev partition. This is, yeah, but this is 2. So even then, I mean, yeah, you should not see the error. You should not see the error, but somehow you see it. Even then, the fdisk FE system detector, which is this one, so this is not working. One second. Why the hell is running the UEFI detector before this one? This is quite strange. It's supposed to work the other way. So somehow it starts with the UEFI system detector, which is not finding anything as far as I know, because devloop is not a file or directory. And then it's doing the devloop thing, which is not right because devloop 0 is not at the beginning. And then it's the fdisk, which is cannot open. So why the hell are you doing so stupid things? You know what I mean? This is nonsense. So let's add some variables around here. So I'm going to add, I don't like this, but I'm very lost here, so let's add the pipe stuff which I've got around here, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. So this is pipe 0. Okay, yeah, let's put everything into one command, because else this is not going to work. And even then, I don't know if it's working okay, because this is after let's close this. This is after a then. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to work like this. Oh yeah. So I'm going to put this. This is the then part, and this is going to be the always part. So when there's a then, the always then should not be here, and the always, yeah. You know what I mean? And this is the always, so that we can check. I mean, I'm not sure about this. How if I want to see all these variables with code, so yeah, so that I can understand, then okay, so this is working. Yeah, okay. So now I run. Okay. Do I have done a loop without? Yeah, maybe I've done a loop because I've added many output partitions. So yeah, that might be a problem. I should have just output them into a file instead of here. Anyways, if I'm not mistaken, there should be a file which I can. Okay, you see this a big partition thing. So let's go to the beginning, syntax on, and then find loop 0. So this loop 0, okay. So okay, let finish. This is not going to end well, so let's finish the. Okay, have you seen this? Wow, wow. Okay, this one. Let's fix this mess. I'm going to output to nowhere, and then I will only see in the log. So this is the run one. So the output goes nowhere, and here also the output goes nowhere, but I should be able to see it from the other side. So I update this, and now I run this and it should be much faster because yeah. So I select SDA2 and now I can inspect why the hell this is not working as expected, because I don't understand. So loop 0, loop 0. So now I cannot open. Okay, so pipe 0 is 0, pipe 1 is 1, and pipe 2 is 1. So pipe 2 should do it, but so always. So on the always side, this is working okay. Okay. So if I choose to use the pipe 2, it should work okay. So this is not making sense. Okay, let's use the pipe thing, okay, and let's hope that it works as intended. And maybe the pipe is the other one. So let's see. Maybe it's the other one. Maybe it's 1 instead of 2, because if you see here, the first one is the UEFI system, and the second one is this one. So maybe this is the explanation why. But anyway, it doesn't find any one of them, so it should fail anyhow. So let's see if it works or not. So what I want to do here is to use the other way of working, which is I just do not use the 10 one. So this is like this. Okay, this is like this. Going to comment this. Wait a moment, why this is not okay? This is not PHP. So this is fdisk, and this is not den. Okay. So okay, let me this is not good, because once we run another command, we are going to lose all of this stuff. So this is going to be pipe 0, pipe 1, and pipe 2, and then we will check. Oh, I cannot. Can I do it like this? This is going to work or not? I've got my doubts. So according to what should work is so this is pipe status 2. Unless it works the other way around. Okay. And this is phi. So we're going to check if this is working or not, because I'm not sure if it's going to, this is supposed to work with the last command, or if it's supposed to work with the last command which had pipes. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to work actually. So but we will try what to see what does happen. So yeah, so let's see. Now we need to update around here, and yeah, let's run this and see what happens, because I'm not sure. So it does not work, but at least we will be able to see here what's the problem with this. So I search for loop 0 twice, and here there is pipe 0 1, pipe 1 nothing, pipe 2 nothing. But why is this? This is because 1 does not equal 0. Wait a moment. So I'm getting the always, so I'm not getting the then, and this is setting up. So this seems like a stupid book, isn't it? There's something here which we are missing. So here it is, this one. Finally. So finally, it couldn't be any other way. So now I'm going to put the one which I like the most, that it's the one about is that everything has to go right so that it works, and I don't have to use pipe things. So it should be this one with then. I remove this and this too, and we are done. So let's see indentation a bit. So now only if this is working okay, everything, then it should work. And I'm not outputting anything to the while, so it should not show me stupid things, many non-useful entries. So let's update this. Okay, this is updated, and now it should work as expected. So now we've got a partition which is Windows data other. Okay, and it fails, but what we want to know if it's working okay. So I check the logs once again, and I check if this is running the right command. So actually it's running okay. So it's SDA is 2, and you've got this label and this path. So this is working okay. And what you get here is that the UEFI output entry, it gets SDA2 and then the UEFI, and this is working okay by here where we can see that as a second parameter we use the SDA2, which is the choose UEFI system partition. Okay, so this is working okay. So now we've got these new functions, so that we can select the UEFI partition. So I'm going to save this into a commit, and then I'm going to show going to improve the show partition thing, so that it shows that it's an UEFI partition. So let's see here. So now rescap UEFI create run. Let's see if there is something. So this is more or less well indented, and yeah, so I think it's okay. We can bless it. So now we can do our commit, which is which we can so this is UEFI create, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, UEFI create. So UEFI create, let the user select its UEFI, its UEFI system partition. Okay, so this is commit, and now what I want to do is the following thing, which should not be quite difficult, I think, and then we will end the session. So when I click run, it shows me the partition, which is Windows Data Order. Okay, this is not FE system. So, and if I don't know, if I do an FCTK, which where is it FCTK, okay, so I've got all of these partitions, and SDA2 going to select, which is the smallest one, is the one with the UEFI partition. Okay, so I want to show there the UEFI partition. So this should be in Rescatux leaf in the abstract thing, which is the one that I use to improve the detection. Okay, so yeah, let's go back to the run option in order to find the function that we want to use, which here we use the abstract one somewhere, which this one. Okay, so let me check Rescatux lib. So if I check this abstract partition and I this function, which is this one, okay, here it shows you the different partitions. So let me see. So it uses the, I think the logic is here, so maybe we should just, this is not a good logic. So this was in the start, this return the etc user content, because this is the one for Linux, but yeah, so if you mount it, then do all of this stuff, okay, and then return whatever it fits. Okay, so now this should be the UEFI detected, the UEFI system detected. So yeah, so let's check. This should be like this. So this should be UEFI system. Yeah, so this is UEFI system. Okay, so that later on we can UEFI system, yeah, UEFI system, and then what we want to use also is the detector one. So we're going to show UEFI system to the final user. We could write here UEFI partition, and then in the run one we have the thing at this one, FD detector. Okay, so this I'm going to remove from here. Okay, maybe we can just okay, like this. Going to remove it from here and going to add it to Rescatux leaf. So I'm going to put this here, which is another detection one. And now I can use these two, which I'm going to copy right here so that I have them handy. Okay, let me 1 second. So one of them is, where are you? One is the FDisk UEFI system detector, and the other one is the str, which is here, FE system str, so it's in a string. Okay, and the other one that I want to use is the one which detects if it's a system or not, FE system or not, which is in the run. So this might end up being a function in the end, but I'm not sure about this, which is this one. Here it is. If fdisk everything, then okay, so yeah. So yeah, this should be a function. So I'm going to put it there like this, and then I think I'm going to turn it into a function. But let's see, let's do a copy and paste like this, and then we will turn it into a function. So we were here, and so this is finding a parent. So this should be here. This should be go here. So this is going to find a hard disk, and then this is a partition. So this should be end partition to mount. Yeah, well, there's too many partitions around here, so this is already okay. So partition to mount, so give me the hard disk, and then the partition, so it tells me if it's going to work or not. So if it's yes, then do some stuff, okay, and if it's not, do whatever you already did, okay. So yeah, here we will do a prettify thing. So what do we want to do here? Here we want to echo the variable about okay, the variable about this is an FE system, and that's it, FE system str. So yeah, I think so. I'm not confident because here there's supposed to show a partition, but yeah. So let's try like this, and then we will. This needs to be prettified so that it goes to the right, and well, then we have to make a function. This should be a function, which we will use it also from the run place in order not to duplicate code. And let's see. So first of all, we update around here. Okay, so let's I'm going to close, because I think, yeah, because this is from the Rescatux slip, so I prefer to reload. So create UEFI entry, run, and now it says FE system. Okay, so this is an FE system, and this is cool. So if you run FSCK or any other methods with deals with partitions, now you see that the SDA2 is the FE system partition. Okay, this is the A2 is the FE system partition. So if you want to do an FCK, you can do it from here. So yeah, this is quite good. So now we are going to see how the hell do we commit all of this. So here we have the commit about the commit about improving the etc usu function, which should be renamed as show what has the partition inside it, or something like this, like that. Then we have this one about the FSI system being added, and this one about the FSI system being used here. So first of all, we're going to move or maybe we can just add everything, or maybe not. Well, first of all, we are going to move this variable so that it goes into the library one. So okay, let's do it here, because this is the place, this is the SCP place. So let's do it here instead. So now I want to add UEFI create run, and I want to add the other one, Rescatux lib. So not the status, is patch 1.1. So I don't want this chunk, I don't want this chunk, I don't want this chunk, I want this chunk. So now I can do a commit, because I've got in div catched, I've got what I want to commit, which is I add the FE system detector to the Rescatux slave, and I remove it from the. So this is UEFI create move variable into Rescatux slave, so that it can be used from other functions. Okay, so we have done this. So now hit div shows only the part about this is an UEFI system, and this is detecting the place. What's the name about this? This is detecting the place where this is checking, doing things with putting that the partition is UEFI system. So we will just add this. So this is an hard disk. This is going to go into a function, because this is not very funny, very nice to the eye. So yeah, so hit status, so hit add Rescatux lib. Okay, So this is this function show FE system partitions when show FE system partitions, show detect show FE system partitions. That form instead of showing them only as Windows ones. Okay, so now I'm going to add a function. I'm going to replace, and later on I will do the hit thing. So first of all, I'm going to do the prettify thing. So Rescatux lib, we are here. Now I'm going to do the prettify, which is this thing. So we need 4 spaces. Not sure if I'm gonna. Not sure if I'm doing. Yeah. Not sure if I'm doing it right, but yeah. So this should be, if this is the same command. Yeah. I should be able to do it like this. So the set and the else should be like this. And yes, and the set we put it here. So yeah. So here I've got, let me check this. This is neither okay, I think. So let me prettify this. Okay. So the else goes here. Okay. Now it goes here, and this one is another time. This is not right. Oh yeah. So this should be like this. So now, and these are tabs which should not be here. So I'm going to replace them with spaces. And these are spaces that. Okay. So this is quite well. So now I'm going to test this. Okay, or maybe we can just check the hit diff. So yeah, the hit diff is kind of messy, but we are going to test this. Wait a moment here. We are going to test this, so I run here, which should source, and now it's FE system. It works as always. Okay, so we are done here. So I can come here and do another commit, which is okay here. So hit diff is okay apparently, so I can add this. Okay, and now I can do a commit the same way. So this is the prettify one. This is the prettify one. Okay, so now I have a function to make, which I'm going to create somewhere in the Rescatux lib. So the function should do all of this stuff in one place. Okay, so I can create it somewhere. So do I have a function that just checks if it's a partition, or so I want to check the functions and find one function about checking if a partition is a given one, but I don't think I have one of these actually. So I don't think I have one of them. So I'm going to paste all of this code, and then I'm going to come here and I'm going to create a new function. So let's see if I can get a nice name. So UEFI check FE system partition. Check is partition. Check is UEFI system partition. Well, so partition to check. So this would be SDA2, and yeah, so UEFI put order. This is check if a partition is an UEFI system partition. Okay, or one. So this should be quite easy. So this should be end partition is $1. So this should be FE partition to check. So this is FE partition hard disk. So the FE partition hard disk is the one that I run here, and so this is the partition to check, which is the one that I run here and the one that I use here. And thanks to the FTX FE system detector, I know if it's going well or not. So I could just run this without the if. So if the last function ends okay, then it's so it's, if I'm not mistaken, this should work as is. So that I can do this like this, so that I'm going to do it like the other one, so that it makes sense. So what I evaluate is the last command. So this should work actually quite well. So error by default as always. And yeah, this should be much it. So we put a partition and and everything goes into def null so that we don't see anything, and then the exit value is the one which says if the partition is well or not. So this is the function. Okay, so now instead of doing a commit, we are going to use it. We are going to check it if it works or not, and then later on we are going to do the commit of if one of the changes. So yeah, so first of all, I'm going to use this into up there, which I think the get etc use you. So this should be the end partition thing. So basically what I want to do is if function, then I want the partition, which is this one, and we are done. So it's then, so if it's system partition, then do your stuff and show me that it's an F partition, else you don't show me and you do another thing. So first, so now we are going to check if this is working, and later we will do the same thing in the run place, in the run function, run file. So it's working as always, so this is going well. And now what I'm going to do is to use this function, okay, in the run one. So if I go here, I can actually do the same thing. Okay, let me check if I have removed the if I have removed the hard disk one. No, I haven't. I have not. Okay, this is not used anywhere. So this is not used. I should remove it. Okay. So go back to the run one. So if so now if end partition, is it end partition? Yeah. So and hard disk is needed? No. So we remove everything. So now we are going to test this to check that it's working as always. So I'm going to update, and now if you run this, because there's the source, this should only show me, okay, this is the FCK option. Okay, let's close just in case. So create UEFI boot entry. Now this is the one that I wanted to test. Now it should only show me the UEFI system. So this is working okay. Okay, so as I said, now if we do a git status, so let me check the audio. Let me check 1 second. Let me check 1 second the audio of the video. So let's continue. So this is the hit diff. So now we have used here the function. We have created a new partition, and we have used this function here. So let's do it. Let's add the partition, and then we will, yeah, this is the partition to add. So the status. So now we are going to add this function. Okay, so patch 1. So I don't want to patch this, I want this one, and we are done. So this is added new function. Okay, so now I'm going to use any one of them. So let's check the run one, the UEFI create one. So I can use it. So I can do a commit, which is where is it? So used function on UEFI create to avoid duplicated code. Okay, and the other one should be what's left, hit diff. So this is the same thing. So I'm going to add this, and I'm going to do the commit on which was the function. The function was let me find this. Run Rescatux live. The function is this one. So this is this one. So what we are missing right now, so I'm going to commit this. Okay, yeah, I'm going to push this. So what we are missing right now, so it's in the UEFI create. Okay, we are missing selecting our file. So it will always try to create the FEA boot x64 UEFI 1. So this is what we are missing here. Okay, so yeah, so this is what we're going to do like this. And so we finish here, and the next day we will try to show the user all the UEFI files so that he can select them, and then later on we will see if we add new UEFI options so that we can have more UEFI options, such as the ones about fake Microsoft Windows Manager boot entry, and the one about check if UEFI partition is well set up and report why it is not well set up and everything. Okay, well, so now I'm going to stop the what's the name, the live streaming.